Russia is, quite frankly, enormous. Not only does it span two continents, Europe and Asia, it also has a surface area of 17.13 million square kilometers. Most European countries gave up the Julian calendar in the late 16th century. However, it wasn't until February 1918 that Russia finally switched to the Gregorian calendar, which it uses nowadays to celebrate its many festivals and celebrations. Despite spending much of the 20th century ideologically opposed, Russia and the United States are separated by just 4 kilometers of water. Indeed, in the middle of the Bering Strait are two islands, Little Diomede and Big Diomede. Little Diomede belongs to the US, while Big Diomede, Ostrov Ratmanova, belongs to Russia. The Russian ruble has been circulating in various forms since the 13th century. Russia first used the ruble in medieval times, and it likely got its name from the Russian verb rubit, which means to chop. Sharing its borders with a staggering 14 countries, Russia's neighbors include Norway, China, Ukraine, and North Korea, showcasing its geopolitical significance. Russia's Lake Karachay is one of the most polluted places on Earth. Radioactive waste and weapons were dumped there during the 1950s. The radiation is so dangerous that it could kill a person within an hour of visiting the lake. Russia is the world's largest producer of fossil fuels. The country provides Europe with 27% of its crude oil imports, 41% of its natural gas and 47% of solid fuels like coal. Russia is the world's third largest producer of oil. 49.4% to be exact, and considering how large the country is, that's a whole lot of trees. About a third of this is primary forest, the thickest and most biodiverse woodland type. UNESCO recognized Lake Baikal as the deepest lake in the world at 5,577 feet, 1,700 meters. Famous for its unusual and diverse freshwater fauna, Lake Baikal is 12,162 square miles, 31,500 square kilometers, in area and contains 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater reserve. It is situated in southeastern Siberia and is also the oldest lake in the world at 25 million years old. The famous cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin journeyed into outer space in 1961. If you don't know the difference between an astronaut and a cosmonaut, wonder no more. A cosmonaut is trained by the Russian Space Agency, while an astronaut is trained by NASA, the European Space Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, or the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Although it's a stereotype of the country, it is indeed true, with the average Russian drinking 17.28 shots of vodka per month. That's a lot of alcohol. In perspective, Poland is the next highest vodka-consuming country, at 13.71. In 1984, Russian scientist Alexei Pajitnov created the video game in Moscow using an Electronica 60 computer system. Tetris didn't leave the Soviet Union for another 3 years, then spread rapidly worldwide to become the game we know and love today.